Hello, my lovely people. Today we are doing a story time. The video today is a story time. Have a cup of coffee with y'all and do a story time. I mean, not really a story time. Talk about memories, a little bit of my childhood Christmas memories. That's what we're doing today. Give me a cup of coffee. Look at my cute mug. Ain't it cute? So good. It's a little lighter than I usually like it, but it's good. So yes, today is going to be a story time about my childhood memories on and around Christmas time. Well, on Christmas time. It's just about, I know we all, have our little memories of when we were younger. Christmas to me now, as I'm older and an adult, it means a lot to me, but in a different way. When you're a kid, you want everything for yourself. When you're an adult, you want to just give everything to people. It ain't about you, it's about other people when you're an adult. So, that's what I want to talk about when I was young and how I loved Christmas and getting gifts and stuff like that. And how it was on Christmas morning or night. In my house, my mom used to do Christmas a few different ways. Two of them that I really remember. Well, I remember three, but two of the nicer ones that I remember. Well, they all was nice, but my favorite one was when my mom thought we were asleep. It was 8 kids. It's 8 kids all together. Well, of course, it wasn't always 8 kids, but, we have 8 now. When I was younger, some of the Christmases, we weren't all here yet. But I remember when we were young, it's five girls and 3 boys, mind you, now. But our Christmases, I remember when my mom used to act like she's Santa Claus and thought she was waiting until we go to sleep and come into the room after midnight, I guess it was, and put the presents under our beds. She didn't know that as soon as she walked out that room, we was opening them up. And of course, quietly, because we were up. The one thing about Christmas I remember, or Christmas night or the night before Christmas, is people barely slept. So anxious that Christmas to come here. Sometimes when we open our gifts the next morning, sometimes she'll put it under the tree and we get them the next morning. We would get up at the crack of the crack and go downstairs because we knew we could open, our gifts. We didn't wake up at 12 o'clock those days or 10 o'clock. Well, my mom never let us wake up that late, but, later than you normally would. You would get up earlier than normal. Just, like I said, sometimes didn't sleep. And sometimes didn't even sleep just to get down there as soon as possible. It was crazy. But it was so fun and lovely memories. I just, the memories you'll take with you forever, right? But I also remember when she had our Christmas presents under the tree way before Christmas. You know how some people put, as they mind, they put them under the Christmas tree. When she used to do that, we used to, when they not home or not around, more so when they wasn't home, because if they around, they can pop up at any time. So it was more when they wasn't around. We would go, me and my sister, I remember especially, would go and unwrap them carefully though, and peek in and just to see what it was, and then put it right back. Like you barely touched, like nobody would notice it was touched. So we used to do that a lot. Me and my sister, it's 5 of us, and it's, like I said, 5 girls. I'm the second oldest, and 3 boys. But it used to be some loving Christmases. Christmas ain't the same for everybody nowadays. Some people don't celebrate Christmas like we did back in the day. It changed for a lot of people, and some people still do the same thing and, kept up traditions, stuff like that, which is lovely. If, you were able to do that or to continue to do that in our family. We don't really do that anymore. It's, we all grown and My mom isn't no longer with us. So, you know, it's hard to get together sometimes. Everybody don't be in the same, you know, page, or, you know, you got other family members. Now you got husbands and wives that, you know, you go to their houses too. So this is definitely a lot different, but, you know, we still get together when we can. Of course, the pandemic, prevented that for a while. Now it's been preventing that for a while, but hopefully we'll get back to a little bit of normality at some point in life. But yeah, that used to be I remember when we was young, if you're Spanish, I don't even know if anybody other races ever did this, but I know we would go, like, let's say my mom would pack up all her kids. Like I said, we weren't all born at this point in time. My mom would pack up all the kids, and my dad and I and my mom would go, let's say, to a family member's house. They eat, they drink, they hear music, dance and stuff, and then to be there for a few hours. And then everybody that's in that house, the ones that got there and the ones that lived there, would gather up, get in the vehicles, and go to the next person's house. And then they will be outside singing and stuff, Christmas songs. So it was called like a bajanda for us Spanish people. If anybody's watching Spanish, they know what I'm talking about. It was like they would sing outside. Some of them would have equipment. My dad used to have this wooden thingy called, I don't know the name of it, but it was a wooden thingy. And he had like a comb, and he would shish, 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 shish. And, you know, it's like, it was nice. And then I had an uncle who played the guitar, and he would sometimes have his guitar. And then they'd just be singing, open the door, it's Christmas and stuff like that. It was beautiful. And then we do the same again, go into that house, eat, drink, be merry, and then move on to the next. And it would go on for days. That would go on for days. I remember the kids used to be exhausted. You know, I was a kid, I used to be exhausted. And then if we wind up in someone's house on Christmas, because like I said, it would go on for days. So sometimes it didn't always start on Christmas. It would sometimes start a few days before Christmas and go on, or start the night before Christmas and then go on to New Year's or something like that. I know it went on for days. I don't know. Or at least it seemed like it was days. It might have been just a weekend, but in my mind, it seemed like, like a whole long time. But I know we wound up in somebody's house at one point in time when it was Christmas Day. So what we would do is, like, the people would have their presents in the car, and they would just bring them out, and then we open our gifts, and whoever's house is and stuff like that. But it was very nice Christmases. And now my Christmases consist of me spoiling my niece. She's now about to be 14, literally in like a month. But since she was like since she was an infant, but since she was at least almost 2, not almost 2, I would say about 4, something like that, 2, however old she was, we've been spoiling her. Because when, she know a little bit better. When she was an infant, they don't know anything about Christmas. They don't care about Christmas. But when she knew better, she would get a whole bunch of gifts. And we would spoil her. And that's what more was my Christmas about, spoiling her. We would put up the tree like we do every year and with her and all that stuff. Christmas is more about pleasing her and having fun for her, making it fun for her. But now she's getting older, so now it's like the gifts are like you getting one gift, 1 or 2 gifts, but they major gifts, versus when they were little, you could get like a whole bunch, but they weren't that expensive. They were little stuff here and there that were cute, They get older, they want iPhone 13s and MacBooks and all this other stuff that if you get that, you only get 1, 2 things, you know what I mean? So now that's what it is now, but we should still try to get her what she, be asking for. Even if it be whatever price it be, we just, like spoiling her because she's a good kid. She does great in school. Of course, every kid got a little smart mouth here and there, which she does here and there. But for the most part, she's a great kid. My family members that, before the pandemic, we would sometimes gather, not all of us, sometimes it was hard to get all 8 kids and my dad and everybody in one household for a holiday. But we've gotten better as we've gotten older. I would say before the pandemic, the past 5 years have been better. We try to get together a little bit more and try to get together everybody. But before then, everybody one was over here, one was over there, so we didn't always live in the same state or whatever the case may be, and it was hard to get together, but we've gotten better with that. But of course, the pandemic may put a stop to it for the past two Christmases. But yeah, those are the memories I have as a kid during Christmas, opening the gifts and trying to and the anxiousness of trying to figure out what you got. I remember I used to love when I got the Cabbage Patch. I don't know who remembers the Cabbage Patch doll. That was one of my most memorable gifts. When we got the Cabbage Patch Kids, because they were so cute. We had it for a while. But of course, as a kid, you destroy stuff, or, I had brothers and sisters, so maybe somebody damaged it. I don't remember what happened to it, but I know I don't have it anymore. But yeah, it was nice. Even though it was a lot of kids, my mom and dad still managed to make our Christmases, nice and memorable. So I was happy about that. But now Christmas is about giving, not receiving. That's the thing that happens when you become an adult. I mean, I'm sure some of us are still spoiled and want, but not me. I'm not like that. It's about giving. I take pleasure in giving now instead of receiving. I mean, I still appreciate receiving, don't get it wrong, but it ain't about that. And I don't care about the price or anything like that. It's the thought that counts for me as well. It's definitely the thought that counts. But yeah, that was my short story time. I'm sorry if I, made this longer than it needed to be. But I just, wanted to talk about a little bit of me and my younghood, my younger days, how my Christmases was since we're doing Vlogmas. But yeah, that is my story. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Hope I didn't bore nobody out. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. And have a wonderful day. And I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye.